Hey guys, it's Jeffrey Howells Carpet Cleaning here, and due to interest on how to best create YouTube videos for your carpet cleaning business, I've decided to kind of put together a little tutorial that goes a little bit more in depth than just spouting out little blurbs and whatnot of information in the beginning of my videos and stuff. This goes in a little bit more in depth, and I hope that it sort of makes sense and resonates with you guys. But the whole concept of Google and YouTube, I mean, they're both owned by the same. They're both owned by the same internet giant monster, whatever you want to call them. That's how I think of them, as a giant monster. But anyways, Google, World Wide Web, I think it's kind of appropriately named that as an analogy. And basically what you have is this entanglement of links and words and all these things going back and forth. So the primary function of Google is to serve to the user who is looking for goods and services and information the best content that is available in Google to that user. So in order to convince Google that you actually have content that's worth a damn, for for a better analogy, I guess, you have to actually work pretty hard to convince Google that your information is actually better than your next door neighbor's information that they're putting out on the internet. So if you have Joe Blow, carpet cleaner down the street, that's putting up all this why I'm the best carpet cleaner, or why he's the best carpet cleaner, and services and this and that, I basically have to get a one-up on him and pretty much put out better content than what he's putting out, which really isn't that hard, because most carpet cleaners just don't take the time to study to figure out what content that Google's actually looking for. So, in terms of YouTube videos, the very first important thing to use, put your keywords or whatever in, is to develop a fancy title. And generally, that title is probably best served for carpet cleaning purposes to use like a long-tailed search phrase that someone is likely to type in when searching for your services. In the example of how to best create YouTube videos for your carpet cleaning business, the first thing that I always do within that next 100 characters in the video description is I repeat the name of my business, Howells Carpet Cleaning, because I want that to be shown. And then I also repeat some of the verbiage within the title that was used there. So for instance, what I've used here is I have how to best create YouTube videos for your carpet cleaning business, and then I say Howells Carpet Cleaning, how to best optimize your carpet cleaning videos for top web performance. And then I put in parentheses 100 character max, and that's just a visual for you guys following along. In the video description, I've got basically a copy of what I'm looking at here. So you can take a look at that. This is, again, like I said, this is just an example. This title is more geared towards you guys taking a look at it. It's not geared towards me marketing carpet cleaning or anything like that. So the next 2 paragraphs down, there's just information regarding to SEO and basically all of the bunch of information and content about how to rank your videos for carpet cleaning. So it's important that whatever your video title is and that first 100-word description is that the following content should also reflect what is in the title. So it's sort of like, if any of you guys have done any writing or whatever, it's proper etiquette or proper form to basically, if you're writing a research paper or a paper or whatever, that the very first opening paragraph is supposed to introduce what the paper's about, and then it's supposed to actually give a little bit more detail. But the very opening paragraph is supposed to be a roadmap as to what the following content of the paper is going to be about. And that's pretty much what the title of a YouTube video is for, is to kind of tell what the following content is going to be about. So that helps Google, you think about that World Wide Web, that helps Google, the Google crawlers, as they're going across your page, to start spinning that web, connecting your title to the content that's in the page. And then if you look below those first two paragraphs, I have in bold, or I'm sorry, it's not showing up on bold on YouTube, but service locality. Basically what I've done is I've taken my service area and the suburban areas that I service, and I repeat them over and over and over and over again in every single video. So for instance, you could literally, if the name of this video was Best Residential Carpet Cleaning, I could substitute Happy Valley with Milwaukee, with Oregon City, with Portland, with Sandy, with Westland, and basically I'm localizing the Google searches so that somebody who is searching from a remote location for, let's say, the Damascus area because they work in Clackamas but they live in Damascus and they're on their lunch break and they're looking for carpet cleaning for Damascus because they don't want to be looking in the wrong area for carpet cleaning. So that's one reason for localizing your search results. And then below that I have what's known as a NAP, and that is the name, address, and phone number to my business. And that is very important to Google. In fact, that is the key information, the primary key, I suppose would be the right term, used to identify you and your business across the internet. So if you have conflicting information out there, like your business name with a different phone number, your business name with you see where it says I'm located in Milwaukee, Oregon. Well, if it's Portland, Oregon, that's conflicting information, even though the mailman's going to be able to deliver your mail to the right place. Google looks at it and says, oh, he's got conflicting information here. It's not consistent. And then so that gives you a little bit of a ding on your online presence. It's not huge, but every little bit counts. So make sure that primary information that's used to identify you and your Google My Business is consistent all over the place. So what I would do is I would take a look at your Google My Business information that you have, and I would make sure that that is identical everywhere that you create an account for Yelp, YP, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Just make sure that that is always repeated identically the same everywhere you go. If you look down to where I've got different web links, social media, I've got Facebook, I've got my Google Maps links, I've got links to Yellow Pages, Yelp, and all that. So what that's basically doing, going back to the analogy of the World Wide Web and spinning a spider web, I'm basically just putting out from this video out all over the internet and kind of broadcasting that information out. And what that does is that just spreads that SEO juice from YouTube to all of my different accounts all over the place. So that helps, especially with your Google My Maps listing. If you have a link to that, it could potentially put a red pin in the local map area by you pumping enough juice over in that direction. Maybe I'll go into that in a little bit more detail later on. And then last but not least, I've got my video tags. I do 8 of them per video generally. And what that video tag is going back to Best Residential Carpet Cleaning. These would all be synonyms for the word best. You see, you got best, finest, first rate, greatest, leading, number one, outstanding, and premium. And those are all just synonyms for the word best. So the reason why I was reading them out loud the other day on the video is because I was curious to see if YouTube would and Google would pick up on me actually verbally saying and conveying those words, and sure enough it did, and it did have some effect on the ranking. It ranked for not only the best carpet cleaning or best residential carpet cleaning, and it also ranked it for outstanding residential carpet cleaning, even though I didn't use resident or outstanding anywhere. Maybe I did in the body of my video description, but I don't really recall that. But it ranked that. It ranked me up a little bit just for best carpet cleaning in my area. And again, because I am including all of those service locality areas, it's also broadcasting all of these tags to all those, associating them to all those different areas as well. So it truly is a World Wide Web, and it's taking all your information on your page, and it's drawing strings and lines between all of the words and locations and everything, and formulating things together. Google has really been getting pretty sophisticated over the years, and I am pretty amazed by that. That used to be a technique that SEO experts would say not to do, possibly because they didn't really understand how or why it works, and they thought that it was, they called it spam. Well, obviously now it's pretty evident that Google is actually looking at all that to build their massive crawler spider web. So anyways, I hope that that gives a little bit of an insight as to how to help build your YouTube videos. Oh, and make sure that the content of the video itself, with wordage and what is actually in recorded audio wise inside the video, also pertains to what your video description and title and everything actually is. Again, like I say, repeat content over, not heavily used like your word jamming or something like that, but just so that Google can hear it and see it and draw those correlations. And that's how basically you begin to outrank your competition, because how many people are actually taking the effort of designing video content like this? So the way I look at it is I can pay someone to do it for me, or I can just spend a little bit of time in the evening and do it myself. And it goes out there, and it's pretty much stays kind of permanent out there. I mean, you do have to tweak it or whatever to stay up on top of the pack and everything, but I think it's a worthwhile investment into your own business, because after a while you have so much content out there, like I was saying with the analogy of the spider web, that you're just catching stuff from all kinds of searches that people are performing. So again, if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to leave questions or your concerns in the comment space below, and I will answer those personally. God bless, and you guys have a great evening.